I'm more of like a lover. I don't know. Killer, lover. Definitely.
You're a bard.
I'm an ugly lizard type thing, so I mean, there's not much love going on there.
For the right parts, we could
And I'm
that,
dumb.
Right?
Yes.
Again?
I guess I'm dumb, so
I don't like this chair.
this is gonna work out really well for me.
You want to know why? Because I think I'm clearing it because the legs go out 5 feet behind it. I don't like this chair.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because I hit my foot twice.
I'm so glad this is recording.
Should I? Yeah.
I've had a bad day. Hi, everybody. Guess what? That's me.
Until you get a little dude, you're gonna play that game.
Is it really?
All
You
right.
started recording already?
I can just bring one of my war
really?
machine guys.
There you go. As long as he's a freaking like dragony looking dude.
On the phone
I got
thing to your
a
right has everybody else.
I got a warcaster I don't really
On the
use,
table.
and he has like a I guess.
Did you paint it?
No,
Where's my
I
pink
haven't.
hair?
It took me
Where's my
forever.
pink hair?
It took me forever to wait for a good weather day so that I could prime because I can't prime.
Okay,
when the
so-
humidity's high.
That's somebody, right?
That's
Yeah,
Joanna.
not on a human.
Who's this one?
That's the Hulk. That's
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 our
the
monk.
me. The Hulk. That's me.
Here's me. Apparently I'm black.
It's all right.
Oh, we almost bought this one.
Who's that?
That is me.
So-
Oh, my righteous fury.
This is Kit.
Yeah.
And
We can obviously tell which one yours is, love.
you are
You're so cute.
this one?
No, he does.
No,
He's
he's
that
got
guy.
Oh, he's got his right there. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
He's
Alright.
wielding a big mace.
It's supposed to be a sword.
It's supposed to be a
It's okay.
It's okay. I wanted to have a
I
mace.
Get
can
right.
only find
Get it
so
right.
many lizard dudes.
There's actually websites that you can custom make these guys.
Mhm.
Huh.
Cool.
Hero, Hero Forge is one I
Yeah,
did.
Hero Forge.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
made 2 of them.
Yeah.
They're pretty sweet. They're actually good quality too, surprisingly.
I need to go back and make some of my old characters as minis just to have
Just for remembering them.
for
Right?
rememberation.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
I'm not gonna sit down at all. So, you want this?
I get you a
Yeah,
box.
he wants a chair that doesn't go back 5 feet.
Oh, I know. I'm good.
Please, I'm not.
Sorry.
I keep hitting
Here
that.
you go.
You need to
Because
like,
I'm not.
tape it
I'm
with
not gonna.
orange.
I'm probably not gonna
Well,
sit
because
down very
of that.
much.
You gotta tape it with orange or something so that she could see it.
I
you
will.
know?
I will scoot all the way back to the other side of the room every time we need to go past.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Well, fair enough. No, I'm okay
Really,
with
I
it.
got that on recording.
No, you got it
now.
on. Yeah, you got it on tape. That's fine.
So he's recording it. So
There's nothing we can do now.
we go around and introduce
It's-
who we
it's
are
on
and
the
our
record.
characters for memory's sake?
You don't need no memories.
Yeah.
So-
You're a towel.
You're too.
I already forgot my name for this guy.
That's
Oh,
It's okay. It's
Later.
written
I don't
right
have a
there.
name.
Yeah, sure
Read
can
it.
about that.
good.
Hurry.
Honestly,
fine.
you
The
should
nameless.
roll with that.
I know.
Roll
Nobody
with
needs
that.
to
The
know my
nameless.
name.
That could
My
be.
name is.
Yes.
Just leave it at
Yeah,
that.
just leave it.
End the sentence like that. Like that.
And every
Okay,
time
so
she
you
tries
go
to say her
last.
name, we have to interrupt her.
Does
My
everybody
name is,
have
oh
what
my
they
god,
need?
look at that shiny thing.
Does everybody have what they need?
Goblet of Dew, spells, book, dice, miniature,
Yeah, I think so.
girlfriend.
Alright.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
There you
Who's
go. You
dice
can do
ready?
it.
Why was girlfriend
gotta-
at the last? At the
I'm
moment?
always last.
Oh, that's just bring dice?
That's his.
Save
There's
the best
plenty
for
there.
last.
There's
Yeah.
plenty everywhere. There's,
Plenty
he's got
of
tons. I got
If
If
tons.
you need dice, we have dice. Do you need dice? You need
I
dice.
kind of need dice.
Yeah, I'll give you a set.
Besides,
Here's a set right here.
Boom.
Oh,
Alright,
alright.
awesome.
you don't have a set of dice.
20.
Well, I didn't know I should bring them.
Yeah, you
I
know
don't know
now, though.
what the fuck I was thinking.
You know
You
now,
are
though.
6 shades of
There you go.
messed
I
up
think
right
you have
now.
everything.
And I brought my bag inside.
No, you
I
need a
was like,
second.
actually, you know, it depends. If he rolls really well, he probably won't bring dice again. But if they roll crap, then he will definitely have
Then
dice.
as soon
with
as we're
him.
done here, he's gonna go buy dice.
That's everything.
So I have 4 sets because when one stops working.
I have
Yeah.
When
9.
one stops working, they go directly
Yeah.
to trash.
I have
Right, I got a
9.
fireplace right here.
There you go.
Lighters.
Don't need those anymore.
It's garbage.
So, just not starting game yet, but just talking about how I run games. I always start on my left and go the way a clock goes. So when we are in a new situation or a new place, don't just shout at me because I'll just die. But I'll start here and go that way.
That makes sense.
Whoever
I
sits
agree with
here, whoever
Die.
sits here, any day, whatever.
This
I
is my
always
spot. I
start at
claim
this
it.
one. I always start here for stuff.
Okay.
But
Take it.
just because you're the first person to say you want to do something doesn't mean obviously you're the one that gets it done, right? There are dice involved. There are dice involved. I brought the cards. Use the cards as you see fit. If you want to use them, use them.
These are pretty
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah, I like these. These are.
I
Fantastic.
figured it would make this a lot easier instead of panning through the book trying to
Yeah,
find
like, what a great
all the
idea.
stuff. And I like that you can draw on them. They're
Oh,
vis-a-vis.
really?
Yeah, they're vis-a-vis, so like you can write.
That's awesome.
If you have any
Yes.
questions, just ask it. Don't feel like no one else has the same question. So like if you're like, what does all those little things on their components mean? Just ask me. I'll tell you what they mean.
These have no necessary components.
I roll all my dice. I'll roll all my dice right here, so that you can see them. Unless there are obviously things you're not supposed to see, like a guy stabbing you in the back. I'll roll back here.
That makes sense.
Wait, what is that for?
Yeah, if I roll, if I roll back here and I don't say anything,
I mean,
That's-
something's coming.
that's time for paranoia. That's time for the
wait, did you
paranoia
hear
to
that?
turn up. So,
Did you hear that?
I hear
Perception check,
thunder is coming.
Roll perception. Roll perception.
so this is a very simple version of Dungeons and Dragons. I really like it. It's the world that we're playing in is kind of homebrew, but it's more along the lines of homebrew that there's not like a very large world. There's more of a plot line that you guys are going to follow and unravel stuff. I am trying to lean more towards the sandboxy type idea, so I'll lay out a bunch of lines like I did with the cards, and you guys will kind of follow the lines as you go. Today should be a pretty interesting session, mostly because you guys have to meet, and that's always interesting, right? Because
How are you gonna wrangle us into a
I'm pretty sure everybody's from all walks of life.
Nah.
I don't think so.
Nah, there's only one walk of life here.
Luckily, we don't have any stinking humans. So.
Filthy humanitis.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's.
Half.
You guys. This is the half table.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
You're
half.
half.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
half.
we're at half.
There you go.
And the
You're
pure,
half.
the pure
The
blood.
pure bloods.
This is the pure blood.
Half orc.
And human?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Almost all.
I imagine that's the only combination that works.
So
Half
I
gnome.
wonder how
Half gnome,
that-
half orc. There's
That'd
nothing
be
about that seems like that
hilarious.
would work to me at
You
all.
know.
Winning.
I kind of want to know how that sexual encounter went.
Yeah.
Probably
Depends,
not.
like a
Horrible.
chihuahua.
That's the way.
Horrible.
Not
Horrible.
consensually. We
Yeah.
can say that
A lot
much.
of blood.
Something from my hand.
But then again,
Yes,
I've
it
seen
does.
enough hentai to know where this is going.
exactly.
God.
So,
Oh, it's so true.
Amanda had a very good idea. We'll start here on my left. Introduce your character. Kind of give a brief description of your character. Tell me who the player is.
Okay, my name is Amanda. My character is Estella Farine. I am a bard who, how much of my backstory should I give?
As much as you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just like a good story, like most typical bards, right? Good song, good story, good lore. And, if it happens to come in from, some voluptuous lips and some pretty eyes and, that kind of stuff, then all the better. And, there we go. And I'm a trustworthy kind of person. You can tell me all your secrets. I'm always...
You're a bard. That's no.
It's gonna come out in a song later in the game.
And that,
I told you that in confidence.
are you sure you specified that? Because yeah, that's me. There you go.
So I'm Joanna, and I am playing a druid. And well, when I feel that you're worthy to know my name, you will. So,
Can't be spoken.
It's
Yeah,
just a
the
bunch
sound
of.
it's the sound of leaves
What
and
she means is she's
branches.
There
gonna
you
wait
go,
till I
leaves and
leave the room
branches.
so I can't sing a song about her. That's what she means.
I like the idea of it being leaves and branches. Just dancing in the wind. It's the sound of the wind through trees.
How do you pronounce that exactly?
There's a growl in there somewhere.
Oh, this is
So
awesome.
I had a happy childhood, but then my village was raided and all of my family is dead.
No.
And
That
so
escalated quickly.
Right?
Yeah, it did. And pretty much the last hope that I have is while I was on my own is this egg that I found. And I don't know what's in it, but I felt compelled to save it. So I am carrying around an egg that.
I swear I read a book that has a theme like this.
Oh,
you
really?
know?
That could in the end kill me, but I don't know.
Are we talking about Alien here?
I have an egg.
I'm here.
I don't know where it came from.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Great. This is gonna be excellent. This is gonna be excellent.
And space.
Yeah.
And now we're in space.
Because
Hope you're ready for that.
Oh god, this is
The
gonna be
doors is
interesting.
open?
I think so.
okay.
I thought
I
it
was
was the
gonna
door.
say,
I heard a
I
squeak and I
thought-
was like, I thought that was
Yeah.
a
I know,
There
I
was
thought
a
the
small
door
panic
opened,
attack.
I was like, oh my god, my dog is gonna run out the door.
Alright, everyone, get your
Dogs
running
are gone.
shoes.
So,
Get your running
I
I shoes. just got back from PT. I don't think I'm running anywhere.
There you go.
Alright, Pat.
Alright,
You're
so, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Patrick. I will be playing Fang. He is a half-orc monk. He didn't have that bad of a childhood. His lineage is not born out of hate. His mother and his father. His mother was actually an orc, and his father was actually a human. He was a slave trader, and she was a slave, and they fell in love, and he ran away with her. But then the rest of the slave traders chased them down and hunted them for years. So they took off into the wilderness to hide. Had me. Stayed on the run for several years, and then caught up with them. They were killed. I made my way to a monastery where I was taken in and trained, and now I'm going out to try to make sure things like that never happen again. More interesting points, I am an atheist. It's not that I don't believe that gods don't exist. That's quite clearly something that we can all see every day. I just don't believe that they're worth the effort.
Worth a damn?
What does anybody else get out of the deal aside from having to do what somebody tells you to do all the time? You should be the master of your own destiny and do things on your own will, not somebody else's. And that's pretty much it. That's me.
I'm Kit, and I'm playing Cell, the Gnome Ranger. And, kind of lived in the forest for a while in my clan, but one day while I was out, it got burned to the ground and everyone died.
God, we have the most
Best friends
Everyone
right
died.
serious
Depressing.
mental issues going on here.
Everyone died. So,
Who's the group therapist?
There was almost Mountain Dew all over.
This episode of D&D brought to you by Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
That's right. It's everywhere.
Drop those in there.
now I'm wandering around seeking revenge on the people who killed everyone. And I much prefer animals over people, so I'll take a dog over any of you.
Awesome. Laying down the law.
I like it.
What about a lizardy type creature?
Don't get your hopes up there, boy.
It's got a tail.
Hey,
Yeah, it's got a tail.
It can wag.
dogs are manifest.
Can your tail wag?
I don't know, can it?
What do the
What
players
do I
have?
roll for that?
Will?
Alright, my name is William. I will be playing the noble high elf cleric. Now we're in Silver Star. Apologies. Narlin grew up in a very high society, deep within the fold of the forest. It was one of the larger elf cities, and of course, you know, my father being the king, my mother being the queen.
Oh god.
Everywhere that I went, I was loved, and of course, the eloquency flows from my mouth as the wine flows into it. Hush you.
Those change sides as they meet in the middle. More wide, less eloquency.
Oh man.
As a child, I spent most free time that I had in the libraries of our great hall, and I quickly discovered that the tales of some of the warriors that have lived before were beyond my imagination, and soon the little child in me grew up, and I quickly decided this was my path as well. So I sought out one of our master's weaponaires, and he began to tutor me in the way of basic sword fighting, which I quickly was an adept at. And it evolved from there. And then I began to have these peculiar feelings, like something was pulling at my gut. And so, much to my parents' dismay, my father less so than my mother, of course, I said I had to go south. There was something south for me. It was calling me. Well, my father was much more understanding of such things. My mother, of course, was like, "No, you're a noble person. The outside of the fold has no place for you. You belong here." And while yes, part of me shall ever be there, wishing I could get my hands on that wine again, I must venture south. And so I quickly packed my belongings, grabbed my sword, my crossbow, a couple of good literatures, and reminded myself that Odin shall guide my path, and quickly became a cleric of the Odin, ever seeking knowledge, but always ready for war.
Oh, goodness.
Love the war.
Too long didn't read.
I know, for memory's sake, we need to record the fact that this entire time you've been holding your goblet.
Yeah.
So...
Eloquency, my dear.
Yeah.
Eloquency.
I guess that leaves me. My name is Aaron. I am playing a medium-sized blue dragonborn male, age 22. I'm approximately 6'4", and my name is Glader.
He's
So
tall. Yeah.
I started out when I was younger. Realized I was really good at killing things. So
Wow, a dragon good at killing things. Who would have thunk it?
I know, right?
What?
So I was actually tricked by a group of bandits and brought to the nearest city away from my parents with all their knowledge. Tried to keep me where I was, but I followed the criminals and led down a very bad and not so righteous path. One day, something happened. Might get into that later in the game, but something happened, and I changed my ways, tried to get out of the criminal organizations, and tried to help people by becoming a paladin and vanquishing evildoers and trying to redeem myself.
I love you.
That's not a good idea.
Well, they know what they say. If you want to kill a monster, get a bigger one.
Yep.
That sounds like a good story.
I got the dew. You want some dew?
I'm opening Dr. Pepper now because the dew is gone.
Yeah, because I was I have a small goblet. It's a goblet. I don't have my 36-ounce cup with me, so I have to make...
This makes me think of those black glass chalice we have.
Yeah.
Knock yourself out, DM. And shall we have our DM introduce himself?
Yeah.
I think that's a grand idea.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to kill you all.
I like him already.
This is going great.
That's the goal.
I don't think
Just-
there's anything else that needs to be said.
No, it's important. Just remember that if you are questioning, you're like, is this a good idea? I will always give you the wrong one. Always. Or I will give you the one that winds up with your character having
This
an
just goes
interesting
along with
story.
everything else we know about him. The zombie apocalypse, don't let him in the building, right?
Yeah.
We've already
Yeah.
talked about this.
Yes, to anyone listening, if our DM shows up at your door, you say, "Hi, how are you?" and you double tap him.
Yep. So, we are. I'm glad everybody was able to make it. I hope we can have many more.
Absolutely.
And I understand that. I understand that things at work are gonna get a little crazy in the next couple of weeks, but I hope it works. Oh, Jaden.
Oh, it's the car.
Yeah, hey Jaden, put that,
Oh,
put
yeah.
that car in there, all right? Makes Eddie go nuts, and then Toby.
That's
goes nuts.
how. Yeah, that's how Ryan plays with Eddy.
Toby's like, "Whoa, you're going nuts? Me too."
Monkey see, monkey
So
do.
yeah, I am trying to kill you. That's my overall goal.
Hey, for
And
honesty.
in the best way to do that is to have fun and do that. So I have been playing role-playing games for a long time, and I have been DMing / STing / GMing a lot of games. I really like to play with new players. I'm always encouraging people who haven't played to play before. So there are new players at the table, so don't hesitate to ask. and I am pretty smart about the rules. But if we ever run into some sort of issue, where it's not, eloquently put in the book, then we'll just have a table vote on it. I'm fine on that.
Table vote, roll the dice.
Table vote or roll dice, man. I'm fine with either or. So I haven't found any of those so far in this game, but things happen. People always want to do crazy stuff, right?
Absolutely.
Like kill dragons.
Right. That'll happen one day.
You're a dragon killing dragons.
Dragon
I
killing
think you
dragons.
have some self-image problems.
He loves himself.
Yeah.
Okay. So the game's gonna begin with the group, starting on my left and going around, arriving in Redlarch. I am also nitpicking out of this book. I like it. I think it's a good idea, but it's not perfect. So I have to.
For those listening, what is the name of the book?
Oh, this is the Princess of the Apocalypse module. It's Temple of Elemental Evil. I like the idea of it. I like that it's a little sandboxy.
What was the name of the city we're in?
Redlarch.
Redlarch.
Yeah. Named after the trees. Very large red trees, tall. And so I will be reading choice descriptions out of here, what they call the block text in the book. The read out loud portions. And so Redlarch. Redlarch is a town on a long road, a few days travel north of East Deep, which is or Deep East, which is the biggest city that was the furthest to the east, and then some new frontier appeared east of that, so they're not that east anymore. And a few days travel south of Tribor. It's a way stop for caravans coming from or to cities of the north, with an inn named the Swinging Sword and a tavern called Helmet High Sun, and many craft people who cater to travelers. So the way Redlarch is set up is essentially two crossing roads. People started living on it, and it grew into a small town on these two major crossing roads. So right before you get into what I call the new frontier, is Redlarch as the kind of the hub.
It's like St. Louis.
Yeah.
About how big is Redlarch population?
Probably about 1,000 people.
It's pretty good size in this world.
It's pretty big.
Those are for the board.
I was gonna ask him if I could draw on here in Redlarch.
The
if I could draw it.
and I
somewhere
have
on here.
I actually have something I needed to print, but I'll print it later. So it'll be what Redlarch looks like, so you'll be able to see that. So as you are coming into the city, all sorts of grandiose things. It is a lot of craftspeople here, so a lot of people trying to sell things. So Amanda, as you come into Redlarch, it is noon, pretty much the peak of the commerce time. And as you step into Redlarch heading south, so you're heading southbound through the city, you are approached by every person attempting to sell you something. Yeah, there we go. What's that?
Where's the restroom?
That would be correct. Ma'am, we have jewelry. Ma'am, we have boots for your pretty feet. Anything you need? This is Redlarch.
Oh, okay. That's pretty good size.
Crossroads.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
No, I'm just a hero. I'm a merchant myself, looking for a place to play. Where might I entertain you folk?
The Helm at the High Sun is a reputable inn. The tavern right across the street.
Tavern. Perfect. Yes, that sounds great. Point me in that direction. if you would.
Continue heading south, ma'am.
A bard in the bar.
Thank you. I will head south
Okay.
to the Tavern Inn.
Mhm.
You know, this Helmet High Sun place sounds my kind of place. Just get a good feel from it. So I'll check that out too.
So you head on down. So you're heading through the city. Get approached by some kids. try to fight you off with their swords, made out of sticks.
I'll use like my flute, like on guard.
Ah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
The city is very. There's a lot of smiling faces, a lot of bustling, and you get a good feeling about this place so far.
It does. Seems like a nice.
But
quaint
sometimes
little
you walk into a town and it's gross.
Like Tacoma.
Like Tacoma.
Just put that out there.
Yeah, like Tacoma. All right, I like that. So as you reach the helm at high sun, you cross you get to the cross streets. It's a little south of the cross street, and there's a smokehouse on the corner of that street, and out in the front is a very heavy set man with a big black beard, and he has in his hand a piece of mutton. And he sees you kind of walking through the streets, and he picks you out of the crowd as somebody new almost immediately as he waves his mutton and says, "Traveler, adventurer, hopefully. Mutton?"
Good sir. Does my reputation precede me?
Come on over, as he laughing and his
He's
everything.
everything jiggles.
It's like Fat Bastard from Boston.
Yes.
Everything moves.
Awesome jiggle physics.
Yeah.
I'm looking for the tavern and the Helmat High Sun Inn.
Oh, you are very close, but can I trouble you for some services?
What kind of services might you have in mind? And I just rest my hand on my hilt of the sword. Or, just...
He says, "Oh, nothing like that. Paid services. Honest work."
Honest work.
Yes.
You're not making this much better.
No, that's
terrible
what you have in mind.
Charisma of 4.
I must have the air of honesty to me. That would clearly, yes.
He says, "There's been fell magic afoot in these hills, and I'd like to tell you more about it. Have a sit with me." And he sits down on a stoop.
Poor stoop.
Poor stoop.
Sure, I'll sit down with him. Why not? He might have a good story,
Joanna, you are in the city. Or in the town, but it's a pretty bustling town. This is not your thing.
No, I'm feeling very close
This
in.
is not your thing. It's too many walls. Why are there
Kind of
walls?
want to stay to the outskirts of the city and observe for a little.
Yeah, just as you walk in to the city, kind of giving it a step at a time. You are bombarded with people trying to sell you items. An old gentleman, stooped back, comes up to you and he looks you over and he's like, "Your clothes are atrocious. I have some great wares. I am a tailor myself. How about you come on in and I fit you up for something really nice."
Oh, so nice.
It's very nice of you to offer. How far out of the way?
We are I am in the town square, so just follow with me and ignore the rest of these guys. I am of quality. These men, they don't compete. Just come follow me.
What are your wares made of in particular?
All sorts of things. We have silks, nice and smooth silks, and the ladies like silk. as he's walking you kind of through town, which is better than you kind of walking through town by yourself, mostly because people would have been in your face. This guy kind of seems to be keeping them at bay.
Okay. Skeptically follow.
He's taking you down towards the center of town.
What is your name, good sir?
Oh, my name is Jarlin. I own My Safe Journeys is the name of my shop, and I would love to get some new business.
Sounds well. Okay, so I'll follow. Just kind of charisma. How long have you been in the town, Jarlin?
I've lived here for many years. My granddad lived here when they just settled.
When did you originate from?
Here.
Here.
Yeah, I lived here many years. Born and raised. As you guys are heading towards and through the town square, the heavy-set man that was sitting next to you, he sat down on the stoop and he goes to tell you what's been going on, and he glances up towards the center of the town, and you hear this loud voice from this very heavy-set bearded man, and he says, "Jarlil, get the hell away from her!" And he heads over there. Pushes people out of the way.
That's
when he gets within about a foot of the guy, he just wallops him with that mutton.
Why would you do that to perfectly good food?
It doesn't stop him from eating it, so it's irrelevant.
Well, at least there's that.
At least you didn't.
At least not one eye.
He says, "Get out of here! Nobody wants your bag of sand." And Jarlo, like, whatever, get the hell out of here. Walks off. And this smiling, chubby man, extremely chubby, I guess.
Small planet.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a small planet with
Corpulent.
Says,
There you go.
This small
Big word of
planet
the
with Hughes says, "Hello, I am the constable. I'm Constable Hallberg. Nice to meet you. What brings you to Redlarch?"
My travels.
And he says, "Travels. Oh, be you an adventurer. Come on with me. I have a lovely young woman over here who is also interested in what I have to offer.
Okay.
I promise you won't regret." And he heads over to his smokehouse. Describe yourselves.
I'm a half elf, 5'7", medium weight. I have pink hair.
I like how she didn't give. I like how she didn't give the number for her weight. Just like, medium.
Whatever.
Medium.
100
Decent weight.
138.
Of substance.
I have kind of like teal eyes and sort of like mixed skin, and I'm wearing assortment of leather clothing, a couple of swords, not really much on my back except for my lute. I'm probably like spinning my flute around on my fingers, waiting for this guy. Why did he call me over here if he's just gonna walk away?
Okay.
And I have my hair is all braided in a long braid down my back.
So I'm a druid, half elf, and I'm medium stature. I am a female. I'm young. I'm 18. I'm young, but I've gotten a handle on the life that I know. At a very young age, I had a good handle on it. My hair is red. I let it hang and flow whichever direction it wants to go. Leather armor. I have my quarterstaff and I have a shield and some things to protect me, and I have a bag that has an egg in it. It's probably what people notice first, is this giant egg that I'm just leaving around.
Your egg bag.
How big is this egg anyway?
About this big.
It's like a Yoshi egg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yoshi.
Alright.
Yeah, there's a...
I'm glad we can determine size by video game characters.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Totally.
a Yoshi egg.
I know how to address the crowd. What can I say?
Yoshi egg. Moving on.
Yeah.
You now know what it is.
Okay.
It's always good. So you guys meet.
Would you consider yourself pretty?
The constable sits down.
I think I'm pretty from what I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's got a 10 charisma. She's obviously been through the woods, but...
I've been through the woods and I do
Okay.
my thing, but I definitely rely on my wisdom and my knowing of things and my dexterity to get
everything
me
above
through.
here.
Yeah, and that really was not what I focused on growing up.
Okay, all right.
Patrick. So, the events from the events on your your hook was about 2 nights ago.
2 nights. I was going to say how much time has passed 2 nights.
2 nights ago.
I'm making haste. I'm making haste to get to town.
2 nights ago, you enter Redlarch. Obviously, you are. You don't get the same greetings that the other characters did.
No, I imagine.
People kind of keep their distance.
Yeah.
Some make symbols and signs of gods. Yeah, I'll be doing
Hand signs.
Yeah.
I think you told me to steal
Water
something.
jutsu.
That's okay. No, I get it.
Did you not tell me to throw the knife at her?
So you are not approached with the same level as the pretty ladies.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But you are approached by a gentleman. Excuse me. Tall, black-skinned man, wearing armor, long sword. And on his chest is a massive lightning bolt. And he looks you up and down. He says, he points at a shrine, and this shrine is, if you took every faith and took its holy symbol and banged it onto that building, that's what it would look like. There is a symbol for every god, goddess on this
It's
building.
like everybody
Okay.
that's passed through has just oh, you can also go here. Okay, got it.
This is the All Faiths shrine. For anyone that has faith in the divine, you can come here. You can show your patron or your patron god his due respect. I worship Tempest, and you look like you need some help.
It's not necessarily me that needs some help, but I do need to find a constable or a city guard or something as soon as possible. I have some very grim news to deliver.
He says, I was hoping something a little less grim.
No news is good news.
I'll take you to the constable. Constable Hallberg is a great man, good heart, as he walks down the city.
Okay.
Walks down through the city, down the street, heading south. He heads to the crossroads of the city, and there's a big smokehouse, literally billowing smoke. And there is a heavy-set man, 2 half-elf women, standing in front of the constable as he's kind of leaning in, getting ready to talk. And as he opens his mouth, he glances up, and he sees the Tempest cleric, and he sees you. And he says, "One moment, please. Sorry." And he heads over. He starts to, you see him moving his hands and whatnot. So he comes over to you, and he says, "Is everything okay?"
No, it's actually not.
Tell me about it. What's going on?
Well, I would rather get to the constable and deliver this news as quick as possible, but after I do that, I would be more than happy to come back and tell you what's going on.
Well, my green-skinned friend, I am the constable.
Oh, well, then I have some terrible news for you. The Gladham homestead. Do you know of it?
Gladden, yes. Nurse and Beru.
Yes,
Yeah,
and their
great
son.
people. Mm-hmm.
2 nights ago, they took me in during the storm that was going on, and gave me dinner and great hospitality, and were very kind to me and allowed me to sleep in their barn. And in the middle of the night, there was a terrible noise, and by the time that I got to their homestead, I found their son dead, and they were gone. I have not been able to find them for the last 2 days, and now I'm here.
He, had this huge shit-eating grin on his face, and not so much anymore. Beru and Nurse were great contributors to this town. We are we've had a few issues here as of late. Please follow me, and we can talk about this a little more.
Okay.
As he heads over to you, bringing over this half-orc. Describe yourself, please.
Well, before I walk over there, I turn around and I bow to the cleric and tell him thank you, and then I walk over.
He thuds his chest against his
Cleric thing.
cleric thing. He does a cleric thing.
So I'm not super tall for an orc. I'm about 5'9", but I am like solid, just solid. And I'm oddly green, which is not common for orcs. My eyes are red. I have no hair. Not particularly attractive in any way, shape, or form. I do have 2 tusks that jut from the bottom jaw straight up over my lips. Just a vest on, a pair of very loose-fitting pants, no shoes, leather wraps on my feet and on my hands. I was going to ask you earlier, can my staff functioning the same way be a 3-section staff?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So a stick that's chained together in 3 sections is kind of like tied to here. Just not a lot of stuff on him. Very simple. No armor.
This guy has good stories. I could tell.
And that's pretty much. Yeah, no hair. Bald. Completely bald. And that's me.
All right. Kit, you have arrived to Redlarch. You've been kind of in this area a lot, but not in Redlarch before. You normally just like kind of stayed on the outskirts of stuff like this. But you have questions that need answering. As you walk into Redlarch, the people swarm around you, trying to sell you wares, trying to ask you where you got your cloak.
Do they see her in the first place, though?
Yeah, right. It's just. How big is your cloak? Is it like a billowing thing?
Not really.
Oh,
Just
okay.
kind of enough to cover me.
Okay, I was wondering if you were like a blanket.
Just shuffle, 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 shuffle.
Over me.
My buddy would do that. He would have these like large billowing robes, and he would be a halfling. And he used to be like, I'm just dirty laundry. Just a pile of dirty laundry living.
What is that?
We call
It's
them
a
blankets.
level 1
I
pile
don't
of
even know what
laundry.
I don't even know what his real name was. We just called him blankets the whole game. So many people approaching you, asking you for your money, essentially. One of the gentlemen has a pendant, and he says, "This is real gold," and he shows you, and the symbol on it looks like a bowl with a burning wick, and you obviously recall that symbol. And he says, some men that came through here before sold this to me. Are you interested? It's very pretty.
I would immediately ignore him over what he's saying and ask him anything he can tell me about the men.
The constable stopped them and had a long talk with him. He seems to like to meet the new Anyone that's new in the city, I think he's trying to deal with some of the rising problems in the area. It's just him as the constable. He doesn't have any men-at-arms. It's just him. So if the people weren't so good here, we would be in a bad way, I think. If you head on down the streets, the constable, you can't miss him. He's huge. But his house, he has a smokehouse. That's where he works out of. He points down the street. You're not interested, though.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Not interested.
And you see someone else. He runs over to try to sell crap.
Yay for useless junk.
This junk is the best junk. So you head on down the street. Okay. You see the smokehouse. A large man, 2 half-elves and a half-orc are gathered around him, and he has just kind of settled himself in, and he leans in to kind of tell a story, and then he sees you. And he says, 1 second, please. I'm pretty sure this is the third to the last time I'm going to do this.
This is how the bard kills the...
And he heads over to you. And he's, huge in comparison to how small you are. And he says, a gnome, huh? Hello?
At least he didn't yell at you "Hi! Are you a gnome?"
Because you're little, your ears don't work.
To yell to get my voice down to you.
You're so far away.
Just look up like this.
I'm Constable Hallberg. Hi. I don't know why she'd be retarded.
Good, because you're little, so you must be a child. That's what it is, right?
Who
gave you that sword?
You look like you have questions. If you head over with me, I can explain what's been going on in the area, and I think that might clear up why you're here.
I'd simply nod and follow him.
So he brings you over to his smokehouse. He sits down on his stoop. Will, you are in Redlarch. Great place. It's like 2-ish o'clock. Afternoon's coming.
The place is okay. It's the women that make this place great.
See what you're doing there. I like it, the ladies.
Yeah, oh my god.
There isn't a single person of privilege here at all.
I understand that, some people cannot be as blessed as myself, but that no less makes them less valuable as a person.
They are less people. You are bombarded by people trying to sell you items. You
He's like doting fans.
No autographs.
I have the money. But the people are swarming you, and what is your passive perception score?
Passive perception 15.
Okay. So you're like, everyone relax, and you feel a tug at your side, and your purse is gone, and there's a small boy running south in the city.
I kind of give a sigh, as he is an evildoer. He has committed a crime. However, he is still but a boy. But nonetheless, I must part through the crowds gently. Of course, don't want to hurt anyone who did not deserve to be hurt, and chase after the young lad.
All right, so you chase him down the road. What's your base speed?
Say again.
Your speed.
Should be 30 feet.
30 feet. Yeah.
Yep, 30 feet.
Normally it's 30 feet unless you're wearing some heavy ass armor or something like that.
I got scale mail.
Or you're little. Little, I think it's 25. So you chase. Kid runs. It's not very quick. It's got little legs. But he's nimble and he's good at kind of dancing through the people.
Yeah, doing what a kid can do real quick. But never underestimate an elf.
So, as you guys are sitting near the constable, you didn't believe that this speed was in this man. As he leaps off the stoop, snatches up this young boy, and says, "Pell, what are you into?" And he's got this bag of monies in his hand.
25 gold.
Yeah, this bag of money's in his hand. And he says, who does that belong to? You tell me, you understand? Or I'll red your eye.
Sir, please, do not bring harm to the child. He's obviously in need of assistance. He did not know what he was doing. Please, my name is Narlin Silverstar. I come from the north. I came through here, and the lad just needs some assistance. Is there any food I can buy him? He obviously needs some help.
Food? He just gives him the mutton, takes the money, sends the kid on his way.
That works for me.
He hands you the purse, and he says, do you have a moment?
Absolutely, please.
Head on over as he goes and sits down on a stoop. Describe yourself.
So I'm standing about 5'8", which is actually 1 inch shorter than my current height in real life. I'm wearing a very long blue cloak over my back with a golden tree that sprouts with stars all over. Of course, this being the tree of knowledge in Aldersil. Underneath the cloak, those who might grab a glimpse would see a large wooden and slightly metal shield on my back, and those with a higher perception score might even catch the crossbow that sits under there. On my left hip sits a very, very obviously elvish designed sword. Has a slight curve to it with a very finely crafted bone handle. A couple of designs flow through the handle as well. They may or may not go through the sword. There's only one way to find out. I have long, flowing silver hair, deep blue eyes that one would think of if they look in pure water. Soft tan skin, maybe a little too much time in the sun perhaps. Might have happened with some wine in there as well. But definitely from the grace, it is obvious, and the slightly longer ears than most elves have, it becomes quickly apparent that I'm high elf by blood. So I quickly will join our ragtag folks and quickly introduce myself to everyone, of course, starting with the ladies. I mean, I don't want to be rude. I mean, even with the one with the pink hair. Good morrow, lady. As you as well. And without hesitation, I turn to the half-orc fellow and, good day, sir. Oh, such a wonderful day it is. And out of the corner, as I didn't actually see her there beneath my cloak, I might have actually covered. Oh, apologies, I did not see you there. Obvious, just cheerfulness coming. No signs of ill will bestowed upon me.
Like this character.
The constable sits down and begins to tell a story. So Aaron, you get to Redlarch.
All right.
You were in Redlarch. You're gonna figure out what we're meeting. So you are in Redlarch. Again, the city is a bustling kind of a city. The town is bustling kind of with commerce. People want to sell you things. People want you to buy things from them, and that's good. People like that kind of stuff. People are approaching you, trying to give you things, or trying to get you to give them things. One gentleman is he comes over and he's looking at your sword, and he says, "You know how to use that thing?"
Yes, and just keep walking.
Yes, no time.
Yes.
Well, maybe you want to see the constable as you keep walking down the street. While you're walking down the street, as a young boy with a stick, or sword, he pokes you. And he's like, "I've slayed the dragon."
Wow, offensive.
Oh, okay. So I grab the stick from the boy, take it from him and said, "Do you really want to fight the dragon?"
He's like, and he just runs off.
I get up and start making my way down the street.
So you stand about probably about a foot taller than like the average person here. So as you're walking, you kind of have a clear view of the smokehouse. As you're approaching the smokehouse, a large, heavy-set man, gnarly beard, big black beard. He sees you and he says, "I think we have another one to our party."
Ah, the more the merrier.
A dragonborn, huh? He comes down, walks over, and this man, chubby, or like I said, small planet with shoes, approaches you and says, "I am the constable, and telling by your sword and armor and stature, you must know how to use that, and we need that prowess. I have some money or some information for you if you are willing to lend your hand."
Well, you're a little too fat to be the constable.
Whoa!
Quit telling me lies and point me to the real constable or the mayor who's in charge in this town.
He says, "Whoa, a little aggressive."
Just laughing.
This party just got awesome.
a little aggressive, sir. Come on over. I'll show you my badge of office. As he walks over to the smokehouse. Do you follow him over there?
Yeah, I follow him.
Yeah. Describe yourself, please.
So, I'm a blue dragonborn of medium-sized male, 22 years of age. I am 6'4" and 215 pounds.
Is that with or without the armor?
Definitely without.
Without the armor. And my eyes are a very bright, brilliant blue, like almost shining blue.
Mine are still better.
Okay.
Yeah, never underestimate
I
enough.
just don't. How should I order more from more people, or
Is everybody hungry? Is anybody hungry? Because we didn't eat. We need stuff for the children. So and I know you're at your own house.
What do you gotten?
I think there's at this point there's kind of like only pizza that delivers at this because like after 7. So
If you want to throw on another medium pizza for the group, just regular pepperoni, I'll chip in.
or you can just next time. I'm sure
I'll
there'll be
grab it
another
next time
times.
then. Yeah, I got you.
Whatever.
Yeah, he does need to go out. Thank you. His
Okay.
We can use Eddie's.
I'll do some.
his leash is also over there.
Yeah, we can use Eddie's.
Oh, it's right here.
Yeah, alright.
Thank you. So I got everybody together. We can take a small break.
Okay, yeah. Sounds like a good spot to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's my knee.
There's a fat constable.
I'm sorry, that was perfect. We needed a character like you.
To be the
You're just too fat.
You need to stop lying.
This party just got good.
How many should I? 3?
That's probably right.
Eddie.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Even
So
got Rittenberry to be a nerd.
Huh?